Hello, my name is Brandy May. I'm an MSA candidate, and this is my project proposal. The project initiative is an effort to increase parental involvement, specifically that of parents of high school students. It has been observed that parent and family engagement is not as evident as that of parents of primary and middle school age students. This initiative will look at the root causes of that issue and provide strategies to increase and overcome it. A little bit about our school. Southwestern Randolph High School is a rural school built in 1970. It feeds two middle schools. Randolph County is a blue collar farm area right outside the triad of North Carolina. It is a larger county, and the school total population is 802 students. Most of our students are Caucasian, and our next highest population of students is Hispanics. And some of the Hispanic population, 8.6% of students, are ESLs. There is little diversity in our staff. All of our administration is Caucasian. We have two Spanish teachers and one Asian teacher. Everybody else, even custodians, bus drivers, are Caucasians. It has a North Carolina report card rating of a D. It has failed to meet growth the last few years. Prior to 2022, the grade was a C. The school does offer CTE credentials and AP capstone program and honors level courses, as well as dual enrollment with a local community college. The mission of the District of Randolph County is to maximize educational opportunities for every student by focusing on continuous improvement and having elevated expectations for students and staff while preparing students for multiple options to be competitive in a diverse 21st century global society. This mission was kept in the forefront of this project initiative. Our vision and our core values aligns also with the project initiative to maximize educational opportunities for every student, and that is based on the belief that all students can learn. All students will be taught in a safe and nurturing learning environment. All students deserve a teacher who is qualified and well prepared. All students deserve access to instructional resources managed in a fiscally responsible manner. And most importantly, for this project initiative, all stakeholders share the responsibility and accountability for student learning. The data we'll use for this project will be mixed. We'll use quantitative and qualitative. Research does show that the most efficient schools include parental involvement. That involvement can have impacts across attendance, discipline, EOC scores, and dropout rates. Just to give you a little bit of our district discipline data, about 20% per 1,000 students in the district is our discipline rate. We have a little over 500 short term suspensions. And due to our population in this county, most of those students, large percent, are Caucasian, followed by our next largest population, Hispanic students. Our attendance for Southwest Randolph High School is at 92% for the school year. Our dropout rates pre-COVID were 68. COVID hit and that almost doubled. And now we're seeing a slight decrease in that. We're at 98 for the last school year, hoping that continues to drop. I think students are seeing the significance and families of being in person on campus. Some other data that we're going to talk about are test scores. Southwest has failed to meet growth the last 2 years. Our numeric grade has been a 54, so we're not far from the C standing. And we're most proud about our improvements in EOC proficiency data. It has actually increased from 27 to 31.3% in the last few years. Our math scores have increased over the last few years from 22 to 24. Math 2 taking the biggest jump when our English and biology have stayed pretty stagnant. There has been little growth or development in those areas. We're also going to look at qualitative data. Surveys will be offered to parents and teachers concerning parental involvement. This data will be summarized and shared with all parties including SEC, administrative, and district level. And then parent and family committees will be utilized to analyze the survey results and to help provide insight as well as strategies to promote parental engagement. We want to know where that disconnect is with family involvement. Teacher feedback is also vital for us. Their expertise is not go unmentioned, or we definitely value it. So that will also be addressed and reviewed. And then the SEC team will also reflect on data results as well as provide strategies to increase engagement. Why this initiative? Parent and family involvement is vital for the success of students. They have impacts that can help change the school culture. That aligns with the mission of our district that says aspects that wants to maximize educational opportunities and prepare students for the 21st century. With parent involvement, a school can increase attendance, they can increase test scores, and they can decrease discipline issues. That aligns with our core values of providing a nurturing and learning environment that all stakeholders share in the responsibility and accountability of student learning. Parent and family engagement can also have positive impacts on dropout rates, aligning with our core values that all students can learn. Southwest has not met growth despite offering remediation during school, higher rigor class options, dual enrollment, and a host of CT classes that provide credentials. For these reasons, it's felt that with an increased involvement with families, Southwest could meet the growth needed to raise their NC report card to a C, as well as build bonds with families that support the school and the community. Some of our initial root causes were parents trust students' maturity and their responsibility level. Parents may be busy helping younger siblings, or students may live in two households. Therefore, there could be a disconnect of information from one parent to another. With the literature review, some additional root causes were found. Parents' educational level could be a factor. They may not know our terminology, understand college expectations, understand EOC scores, their relevance, and how we use them to grade a school. It could be that they are not from this country, therefore, they may not understand American school. So, these are all things that we take into consideration, and we want to meet parents where they are. Students' need for autonomy at this age, they we want to include them in the initiative instead of viewing them as a roadblock, value their insight and influence at home and on campus. And then communication needs to be two-way. Also, it needs to be inclusive to all cultures. How will this initiative work? A bilingual parent survey would be administered. Test scores, attendance rate, dropout rates, and discipline rates will be used as the baseline for the data. Meeting with the SEC team as well as the administrative team twice a month to reflect and evaluate progress. Using a parent committee to discuss and evaluate data, as well as the student advisory committee, using that data and then helping create strategies to provide a more welcoming and inclusive environment on campus for students and families. The timeline of this initiative is a year, one school year. So before the school year begins by June 30th, the SEC will be assembled. That will be the job of the school administration, but we will also rely on the community members to participate as well. Orientation and time for team building will take place during the months of July and August. There'll be a time for the SEC team to orient itself to expectations, how they want to work as a team. Then we're going to build the student advisory and parent community committees by September 30th. This will be the responsibility of the SEC, as well as asking for teachers' feedback. The administrative team will also be involved in this. We're going to obtain teachers and staff training material from Latinx, as well as from other community organizations by late fall. The SEC and the coordinator will be responsible for this task. Ongoing bi-monthly SEC meetings to evaluate, reflect, and discuss progress that will be ongoing from June of one school year to August of the next school year. The coordinator will be responsible for the organizing and monitoring of these meetings. Sharing final data results, including EOC results, feedback with all staff, and at the end of the following school year. The SEC and coordinator will be accountable for this aspect. Finally, sharing that data and progress with district leadership so that they can share the initiative with other schools in the county. The SEC and coordinator will be liable for this section as well. Expected outcomes of this project initiative is that with the parent community, student committees, the initiative can build a trusting and strong bonds with parent families that are served by Southwest. We can start being intentional with communication, ensuring that it is available to all and includes a way for parents and families to provide feedback and ask questions. We learn, understand, and meet parents or guardians where they are. This means we're flexible with communication with parents from teachers, meaning teachers may have to call in the evening and or on the weekends. We provide bilingual material and a translator for all school activities. These strategies will produce higher test scores, better attendance, lower dropout rates, and lower discipline referrals. These strategies also can change the school culture, and it can be built into the mission and vision for our student success. Our budget, as we all know, this is an initiative that is grounded on building trust in and welcoming connection with families. School funds are always scarce and hard to come by. Budgeting takes discussions and negotiating. However, for this initiative to be successful and to have staff completely buy into the initiative, we had to find funds. However, the SEC did keep in mind that they needed to be financially responsible for these funds. The budget for this project initiative was $10,000. We have money for a translator on staff. That can be additional funds for a teacher we already have on staff or for a part-time. We have money for room decor to make it more culturally inclusive. We have money for bilingual material that needs to be printed or translated. We also have money for snacks and lunch items for workshops and for professional development time. And then we have money for Latinx ED to facilitate those workshops and professional development to staff. In closing, this is an initiative to increase parental involvement in high school age students. Much has been learned about creating and changing the environment of a school to increase student success. Things that are vital and have been learned in this project: know your school, including the families and the community that support it. Understand student family barriers to education that impact student achievement. Be intentional with communication so that it is inclusive to all families. Provide a welcoming and inclusive school starting from the time parents and students walk into your school that carries into every classroom. Students have an influence not only at school with peers but at home as well. Use that and see its value. True change takes time, and it is a continuous motion of reflection and adjusting. Be patient and take one step at a time. Thank you very much for your time. My name is Brandy May.